Oh, I've got a lineup.
Oh, have you?
Why have they got 10 listed? 9 listed. How many they got? Oh, 7's Haggith, isn't it? Elliot.
Yeah. You reckon you...
Ready, Ralph?
Go.
Good evening. Welcome to the Rivermead Leisure Complex. It's the Reading Rockets at home versus the Leicester Warriors. Thank you for joining us. Joined by my wonderful co-host,
That's better.
Mr. Matthew Johnson.
That's better.
Is that good for you?
That's better. Yeah, you never call me wonderful, ever.
Wow. Must be feeling good.
Yeah, exactly.
The Mars bar's kicked in and I'm feeling good. We're just about a minute or so away from tip. We're going to hear the buzzer go in a minute, so I'll run through the lineups really quickly, Matt, and we'll have a really very quick chat about this evening. Leicester Warriors.
Yeah.
7 is Elliot Haggith. 9 is Carl Pearson. Theo Riley wears 12, Henry Langton wears 14, and Kieran Wright is in 15. Pat Chigombe is in 4, Alan Slazer in 6, Pollock in 10, and Willen in 11. For you Reading fans, Tyler Cartano starts with AJ Bassey, Lewis Champion, Sam Tolowazy and Mishak Lufile. On the bench, Reese Pinnock, Ben Dixon, Ronnie Agekwe, Isaac Round, KB Live, Kitchen and Jazz Baines make up the bench. So Matt, as we're just seconds away from tip, going to be a good one today. A massive media team, so it's going to be good from that perspective.
Exactly.
Desi Reels is in the house. We've got lots of people here.
Yeah.
So give us your views on Leicester.
Listen, the first thing is we're back at the Mead, and
yes,
this is a return for Sam Tolowazy. I said to him today, and he gets a start as well. And I said to him, "When's the last time you played it?" 17 years ago, I think it was.
He's giving his age away a lot by saying that.
Yeah, and he's not 25. But listen, just brilliant to be back here, Mark. You know, I know we're going to talk a little bit through tip-offers, Henry Langton and Lou Fowler. Rockets control the tip, but yeah, so fantastic to be back at home, back in the place where, you know, basketball's been for 25 years here, and big guy goes straight to work and gets the easy one.
Love it. Mishak Lufile gets an early touch. This is Haggith out in front. He should put that in.
Yeah, and
one of three brothers.
Yeah, and this is Ellis, not Elliot, as you said. And I think Henry Langton's going to have his hands full tonight in terms of, as Bassey looks at an early three and loves it. And I was saying, like, you know, in terms of this league, teams that are really dominating on their own boards, they're finding it easier to get out in transition as well. So Langton has got a job on his hands with Mishak, and I'm sure Coach Pearson will want to see a lot from down there. Henry from Charnwood College originally, went to the States, back. As here we go.
Taylor gets away, he should be out in front, should throw this one down, and he does with a two-hander from Tyler Cartano.
Yeah, and Mark, I know you said it in the group, you said, oh, Cartano's going to fill it up. He's going to fill it up. So I don't want you starting that too early.
I won't. I think you said it first, so I'll let you have that one, as we've got Pearson here for Leicester, and this is Haggith from deep, and he nails that one. If you give him a long look at it, he will hit it.
Yeah. And I think we're going a lot through this with a lot of players. Is that it's not a surprise that Haggith will shoot the three, right?
Absolutely not. Back inside to Lufar, who spins on Langton, had a bit of room, goes back outside to Cartano, has a dunk, and now back rims a three, but a good miss as he gets his own board, gets inside, puts that one up and in, and great to see Tyler hit the close one.
Yeah, and I think, you know, Tyler Cartano is going to be really good in this league, isn't he? And if that goes in, I think you'd have seen an early sub.
This is Champion over half court for the Rockets.
Yep.
Finds Lufal on the elbow, little handoff, and then into Tolowazy against Haggith. He'll fancy that matchup, I'm sure. Goes to the easy hook, just back rims that one, gets his own board and tries to put it up and in. There's a lot of hands in there. Tries to get his own dunk, and that's the Tolowazy we like to see.
Yeah, absolutely. You could see the development of that Rockets offense. There's Toloway in the power in the block there. Tolowazy goes to the block. Mishak just dives to the rim. It means you have to play honest on him, and then Tolowazy gets the one-on-one. So those of you players and coaches that are watching, you'll be able to see the offense of Rockets layering each week that we hope. So good group, very good group as we know. Good roles.
Good crowd here as well in the Mead, back at home, feels good. Very loud in my headphones, the crowd. It must be loud for inside here as Champion goes in and out on the three, and that one's cleared by the early sub of Willen.
Yeah. Champion back after, I think, something like 8-9 seasons from...
Yeah, we debated 13-14, I think it is.
Yeah.
Pearson kicks. This is Haggith again. He'll go at Bassey inside. Little Euro, but there's two hands on that from Bassey. It should stay with the Leicester Warriors, I believe, and it does on the baseline.
Yeah. Big shout out to Latrell Maitland, all the way from the USA now. Latrell, glad that you're joining us. Coach Thorne already giving his opinion. Battle of the bigs, he's thinking this could well be. And Coach Scott Birchnall, usually with Nottingham Hoods today.
It's Kieran Wright with a rebound for the guards.
I'm going to say Carl Pearson as well. Oh, wow.
Blocked by Mishak, who's a defensive menace down low, and it's Cartano out on the run. He likes to get on the break, and he'll just lay that in with the left hand. Tyler Cartano with two early ones.
Starts from the defense, though, right?
Great fake from Pearson, got Mishak in the air.
Yeah.
And then Lewis Champion with the foul on Lamin Willen.
Yeah. And I can tell you, Mark, that the guys on the floor now, Lamin is another one of these guys that comes to mind that has absolutely torched Rockets in previous games, same as Carl Pearson over the years. And Leicester some of them arrived a little bit late to the game as well. It's Pack's just joined us as well. So keep an eye out on new guys joining in the game. I just think there's just a couple of travel issues there.
Baines and Pinnock in for Rockets as Cartano and Champion take a seat.
Yeah.
This is Kieran Wright against AJ Bassey at the top.
Yeah.
Kieran Wright, couple of crossovers, help from Toloasius.
Yeah, good defensive coverage for
Kicked
Rockets.
at Slazer, then to Wright again. Yeah. Gets it off before the shot clock and nails it. That's a 3. And Rockets lead 11-6.
Yeah. Go Warriors from Betty Chingombe. I'm assuming that's a relation of Pack. If you are, you're very welcome.
Subs coming in. Langton will come back in the game here.
Yeah.
It's
Haggith
who takes a seat. Out of bounds on the baseline for Reading. Baines with an early touch after he's checked in the game. Tried to find Toloasi inside, and it was the veteran Kieran Wright.
Yeah.
Who read that one, and he's fouled by Toloasi in the backcourt.
Yeah.
What do you think Dan Pearson was feeling before this game, Matt?
I think when you look at the rosters, the Rockets roster is, significantly stronger. As you can see, Toloasi just ensuring no advancement of the ball.
So really well put.
Thank you.
Really well put.
Yeah. He'll want to make sure everyone's getting plenty of court time. He's going to want to make sure that the main guys are going to, as Dixon comes in, we've got it.
We've saved that one.
Yeah, that's one for us, deflection for us. He'll want to make sure only that, first game at home, good number of people coming in, settle the nerves. He's going to just want to make sure that things go smoothly and that we shoot well, we get the right shots, get the ball through the offense, get through the systems, and just give us plenty of time on the floor together. He'll hopefully get the younger guys will be getting, and I just said that, Mark, and looking opposite me, in comes KV Live. So I haven't got a phone that I'm speaking to Coach Pearson on.
You've nailed it though.
Yeah.
As we see Meshach Lufal check out for KV Live.
Yeah.
Rockets lead this 11-6.
Yeah.
And this is Wright. Finds Langton, who may fancy this matchup more. Both two big boys down here. Langton just gets the extra step with the hook. Can't get it to go. And it's Cartano off the rim. Finds Baines on the run. It's a really nice feed, and that's a goaltend.
Yeah, absolutely.
I got it much quicker than the referees did.
You did get it, Mark. You did get it.
So I could never actually get it. Just want to point that out. Off the backboard, though, I would never get that.
You got it metaphorically.
And there it is, just already on the backboard.
Almost, Mark, like you saw it correctly. And Cartano nearly sticks another one, but gives it up. And
Wright pulls and Pinnock clears, and Pinnock out on the run. It's 3-on-2. Rockets have numbers. Finds Cartano for the oop and lays it home. And that will be timeout Carl Brown as the Rockets race out to a 15-6 lead here at the Rummede Leisure Complex. And there's Jazz Baines throwing it up for Cartano to fly in and put in the layup, which forces the timeout.
Yeah, and your call earlier, Cartano on 6 early points, 3 rebounds, gets a steal as well. He's got an index of 14. Sorry, he's on 8 points. He's on 8 points in 4 minutes and 15 seconds. So I'm sure that pace won't carry on. Otherwise, Wilt Chamberlain's record could be in danger. But equally, Mark, I think just being at home, getting some people in, getting a good crowd in here, nice noise, good atmosphere. It's absolutely the sort of place where players like to play. So we're really early, midway through the first. Coach Brown, Georgia Tech alumni as well. As you see, good shots of our Rockets.
Good crowd. Good crowd here tonight.
Absolutely, yeah. And good to see a lot of the juniors, under 16s, under 18 conference played on the court. Just
it was really good.
They had a great game. Good win against Oxford. Oxford Hoops as well. I think Coach Frankie stayed around to watch the game. That's what it's all about. Players stay on, watch the older guys. I say older, they're like 20 odd.
Yeah, it's true.
But they are older.
So coming out of this one then,
yep.
Coach Pearson giving some final instructions to the guys. I mean, what's he saying now? Want to try and push the tempo again still? They had success in transition and maybe want to open up a bit more?
Yeah, I don't know. I think, first of all, he's got to concentrate on just getting stops. They've given up 15 in the first sort of 4 minutes. So I think the first thing you do is get stops, and he's got to play against this pressure now as well.
That's swapped, by the way. Holmes on the right here. Yeah. So they've actually given up 6.
They've given up 15.
Yes.
Leicester have.
This is Pearson, guarded by Baines.
Yeah, good matchup out here.
Very much so.
Baines nearly touched that as well.
Baines did get a little hand on it. Pearson holds on to it. It's Pinnock.
Yeah.
That was Pinnock and Theo Riley.
Yeah. Good matchup out there. Subs for Warriors. Here comes Josh Pollock.
Pollock in 10. Good spot, Matt. It's Langton out on the perimeter. Handoff with Pearson.
Yeah.
Little horn set here with Langton and Pollock.
And
Willen inside. Langton will just get the up fake and then the nice touch for the right-handed hook.
Yeah, and it's just too easy, that one, isn't it? And I think coach will be saying that to KB, saying you just can't get that so easy. Oh, there's a little ball screen.
Small to
small. Yeah, nice. That's a new one. Coach Pearson been working on that one.
Willen clears. It's Dixon who plays Pearson. They'll try and go screen and roll. Dixon plays him tight. Gets a good hand in there as there was a little push off from Pearson.
Yep.
Stays with Leicester.
Here we go. The Pearson family are around. Good morning from Billings, Montana. Go Rockets. Absolutely. As you get a good shot there of Pearson. I think you wouldn't mind me calling him veteran.
Yeah. Haggith with a nice clean look. Gets that one in and out and goes in off the backboard. And somebody on Haggith needs to know the assignment. Here's Cartano, goes behind the back on the break. Nice spin inside and goes with a left-hand layup. Just misses it. I don't want to jinx. You might have jinxed him because some of those he missed the other week.
I don't think you can blame me for missing a layup.
Okay.
I'm not taking that much responsibility.
Understood. Haggith with another look. Gets Pinnock in the air. And played well. Nice recovery from Reece Pinnock, and it's Cartano out and running again. Looks for Dixon inside, but it's taken out the air by Ronnie Agekwe, who misses the layup, flipped up by Pinnock, and the Rockets get nothing from that exchange, and it's now with Willen for Leicester Warriors.
Yeah, and then this group for Rockets just need to settle down. They had a couple of good stops. That Haggith matchup now is going to be tricky because Haggith will literally shoot it from anywhere over anyone, and he looks about 6'6". You'll correct me, someone will, but about 6'6".
He's rangy for sure.
Yeah, long, I think they call them.
Yep. This is Pinnock and Agekwe, who's in the game with KB Live, so 2 juniors in, and this is Dixon, who dials his own number.
Yeah.
Back rims this one, and Ronnie wants to get a hand on it, but can't. It's Pearson who slows things down for Leicester, who've just got themselves back in this one.
Yeah.
They've got 5 unanswered. And Pearson likes the look of it. In and out again, and Agekwe clears. It's Pinnock out and running.
Good rebound by Ronnie.
Rockets with decent numbers in transition. Pinnock just go behind Langton and he'll get the foul, and it will be Willen who puts his hand up quickly to try and get it.
And for those that managed to see that, and when you see transition here, you can watch this on the replay where Reece just finds that seam really, really well. I think he's doing that a lot better this year. He seems to be finding the seam, and I'm not sure whether that's just because he's got better guys around him, that the defence can't collapse as much. But he certainly is finding the right spots now to attack. Yeah,
Langton running without seeing the ball, and Reece kind of just almost running in his slipstream.
You know what, I was trying to think of, maybe it was more like a caravan and car relationship.
Nice. Being in the same place. Yes. We're not quite there.
Yeah.
As I think Reece misses a pair.
Yeah, missed a pair.
Tracked down by Ronnie.
Yeah. Now with Cartano at the 3, Ronnie at the 4.
Screen from Agekwe.
Yeah, and
Cartano will get all the way inside, and great footwork from Tyler Cartano.
Yeah, and there's 73 of you on here. Let's get that up to 100. Let's make sure we get this around.
Tyler misses a bit of a layup, but keeps on going. Score is 17-11 now for Reading.
Yeah. So the 28-year-old scoreboard at Rivermead has had a little moment. So we've had to just have a little bit of a fiddle around with some plugs. I think that's the technical term.
The turn it on, turn it off technique did not work, suffice it to say.
Yeah.
This is Willen going at Getquay, just goes to the crossover, gets inside the lane, and that one is fired out of bounds as he was looking for Theo Riley.
I think that's what coach will want to see from Lamin. He want to see him attacking.
Skipped by Dixon. Nice look inside to a Getquay. He might want to go to the hook. He doesn't. Finds Mishak.
Nice.
Now through Champion. It's found good reversals this from the Rockets, and Tyler Cartano has had some success off the dribble. Gets some space. Mishak with the extra pass.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Getquay flies up to get it.
You just have to love Ronnie Getquay for that.
Yeah,
gets his hands on a lot.
Good hands by Dixon, just breaking up transition.
Now we're off and running. Numbers here for Rockets is 5-on-2 as the bigs get back into it. Mishak drops it off to Dixon.
Yeah, that was almost too easy, wasn't it? It was almost too much.
Cartano again skips Dixon. Better look this time for Ben. Misses.
Yeah. Oh,
Mishak with the just snatches it over Pearson, and that's an easy 2.
And that's the thing about when you've got Ronnie in there, who's an absolute threat on every rebound, and then Mishak finds himself just picking up the other bits and pieces. Yeah, great replay.
Getquay and Willen. This is Langton on the perimeter against Lou File. And Ronnie almost gets a hand on it. Switch big to big. They'll be all right for a minute. And it's inside with Theo Riley on the curl, and he goes two-handed dunk, and that is timeout. Reading Rockets 19-15 they lead, so Leicester have eaten into the 10-point gap.
Yeah, great baseline cam as well, seeing that one. And Cartano will be frustrated with himself. He just got lost, and Riley just back cut him, which is, high-level offense individually. Your player looking at the ball, back cut. You find yourself in a situation where you've got an open dunk, and you don't get many of those.
Who's on baseline down there, mate?
That is Jade Lynch.
Jade.
Yeah, she did such a good job in the last game. She got the nod.
Smashing catch from Jade on the camera there.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a thumbs up from Jade.
Get a thumbs up.
We're rocking here on the media team today.
Yeah, definitely.
So this is Dan Pearson. Again, there's Jade.
There she is.
Just got the Theo Riley dunk perfectly.
Yeah, she's pretending she doesn't know what's going on.
So this is Pearson going through Coach Dan Pearson. I realise we've got 2 Pearsons in today.
Yeah.
Slipped a little bit with what I would say is probably his second lineup. Ran a few of the juniors side by side. Doesn't often do that. Usually goes 1-1, but ran them both side by side. So still has to be happy they're right. Up 6, 19-13.
Yeah, exactly. I think we talk about it a lot, don't we? Is teams are going to beat you. You want to beat you with difficult shots, right? You want them with threes over the top of you. You want all that kind of stuff happening. So Coach Pearce will be saying, hey, let's just make sure that you don't give Haggith an open 3 without him putting it on the floor. You don't give Pearson an easy just drive and spin off you. So let's see if he's got the scout right. Let's see if as Tolawase comes back in.
Last 151 here.
Yep.
It's starters back in for Reading.
Yep. And zone.
Bit of zone here from Leicester.
Yeah.
Skip to Cartano. Thought about the 3 and they'll go high screen and roll. Bassey likes one. He's made his first. Back rims it, and it's Cartano skying in. Just tries to save it, but he's out of bounds.
Yeah, and I think, Mark, I'm going to say the thing about that zone, they go 2-3 zone, and you go with Cartano, Mishak, and Tolawase. Neither of those guys touched it in a lane. So you won't get fouled on, and this is Coach Brown gone zone to protect himself inside as Cartano strips another one.
Cartano steal. He's going to go the other way, and there's a lot of contact. Champion follows. Bassey down the lane, and that's rejected by Theo Riley.
Yeah.
Bassey goes baseline. Cut from Cartano. It's a really good one. He's fouled, and it just rolls out, and the high-scoring Cartano continues as he will go to the line for 2.
Yep.
Then we see Bassey on the baseline. Cartano with the strong cut down the middle.
Yeah, and this is the advantage of Cartano at the 3 as well. And he's starting to put together a rhythm where he's defensively out, getting steals. He's now making his free throws. He's a mid-range shot away, which is coming from being an absolute handful at the 3. And then the same thing that allows Tolawase at 4 as well, and Mishak at 5. So we've talked about that before. Let's keep an eye on that one.
Ribs out a second. Tolawase just muscles his way in against Riley.
And it's more than muscle as well, isn't it, with Tolawase? It's timing, it's balance, it's posture. it's all the things that an athlete that keeps themselves in prime condition, but then knows how to use it and when to use it as well.
Coach Carl Brown still handing out instructions. We've got about 59 seconds here just to clear up any confusion with the shot clock. It is Reading who lead the scoreboard. It's Reading who lead this 22-13. It's on the sports hall, the arena here at Rivermead, as they've got shot clock issues, which has caused us issues. So Stream Team still delivering at 100%. Blame the Leisure Centre, it's not us.
Yeah.
Inside. And that's Slazer inside.
Yeah.
If I'm getting the pronunciation wrong on that one, feel free to correct me on the stream.
I'm going to go Slasser.
Okay, I'm going Slazer, you go Slasser. Cartano finds Champion, goes behind the back. Nice little mid-range shot for Lewis. Front rims it, and another rebound for Tolowazy, and he'll just again muscle his way inside with the right-handed sledgehammer. Whoa! Watch your heads, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow. The young guys on the end of the bench there, Ronnie and Kevin, has jumped out of their seats. I reckon that's happened to all of them before.
Yeah, that's practice type material that they've seen now in a game. Bassi will get the steal here in his numbers, and it's going to go alley-oop to Cartano!
Back-to-back dunks!
And the Rockets are finishing this first strong as it's tipped out there by Lewis Champion.
Yep.
The game clock has run out, although there was time on there. And again, spare a thought for the table officials. They are also working with a clock that is not their usual clock here at Rivermead. So 1 second is going to be put back on by the looks of things.
Yeah. And really good to see, Mark, isn't it, that even in team fouls, Rockets are up there looking to extend that lead. And just checking that the shot clocks are running down to, I think, 1 second, you said? Yep.
I think it's game clock as well. Or they're using the shot clock for the game clock. Haggith will get a look at it. It's pretty direct, and it's nearly made it. It was right in line with us there. But there we go. End of the quarter, and Rockets finish with a flurry as this one is 26-15, and the Rockets had a 10-point lead. It was eaten up by Leicester with the second unit out, and now it's back to 11. Matt, if you have a chance to pull up some of the leaders, we'll go with that in just a minute.
Yeah,
as we see some of just the great first half highlights, first quarter, as AJ Bassi, who got things going early with the three.
Yeah, I mean, great highlights, and this was the bit that I think really got Cartano going as well, wasn't it?
Early dunk, yeah. With a little bit of razzle dazzle on it as well.
Yeah, a little bit of pump action on that one. As Haggith doing what Haggith does.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the assignment on the defensive end for Reading.
And every coach in the division has gone, no!
Don't leave him!
Yeah, and you'll see that's a great replay as well, because KV's going to watch that and go, why on earth was I going on the baseline side to try and stop him going there? I just need to stay behind him and make him shoot over me. So let's have a little look at the leaders. Yeah, before you do, Mark, I have a little quiz for you. What's this then? This is these numbers. 9565734322. That's not my phone number. 9565734322. Points and rebounds? No, that's minutes. So it's minutes of all the very balanced. Players. Yeah, really balanced. Only one, like Tyler on 9 minutes. But everyone else, no one else more than like 5-6 minutes. So I think you were asking what Coach Pearson's looking for. Only Ash Kitchen and Isaac Round not yet seen the floor. I should imagine we'll see them see the floor relatively soon. So Cartano leads today, Matt, 13 points. Ellis Haggith has 6 for the Leicester Warriors. Yep. Rebounds is also Cartano with 6. Willen has 6 for Leicester. And Cartano has 2 assists. Carl Pearson has 2 assists. So yep. Cartano putting a nice little stat line together as you and I are on camera now. Look at us having a great time. It's Bernard over there with the shot of us. Hi, Bernard. Yeah, I wonder if he'll give us a thumbs up one time. He's very professional though, Bernard. He probably won't. No, you would if that was you. I would. Yeah. Professionalism is not something that I've been known for. Yeah, they say that on the chat a lot. I just don't read it out. Yeah, it's true. That's why you monitor it and I don't. We paying attention here, Coach Titmus, who has... Oh, what a pass. That's a great feed. This is Willen, mid-range pull-up.
in and out, and there's a foul on the baseline. It's going to be on Pearson off the ball.
Yeah, I mean, Pearson, I think he got called for fouling Mishak. And
I always like to see that on a rebound under the rim. Not a big fan of physical contact down there.
Pearson's like, really? Moi? every player's French at that moment.
Oh, no, yeah, of course.
I was just going to say, Coach Titmus, as you well know, and you've been waxing lyrical about his new role with us.
Absolutely.
Performance coach, mentor, great role. He's just put in the chat, just had a flashback with Sam, as Sam just dunked it. He's just said, where is EJ? By that he's referring to the great EJ Harrison, probably one of the best players.
Tolawese.
He's sniffing another dunk, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I heard it when we were at Solent. Actually, it was Coach Titmus saying, "Oh, that's Sam Tolawese who played here when he was 18 or something."
Yeah, that's
and he
right.
kind of it jogged his memory. You know, Coach Titmus would have seen a lot of players in his time. In his 40 odd or 30 odd years of service. As Langton goes inside against Lou Fowler and doesn't get to go, Cartano leaks one out, and it's Tolawese will be called for the push.
Offensive foul. Yeah. You see Ben Fisher, the voice of the Rockets, the voice. I was saying that about you before, but not when we're here, you're not.
No, not because I'm not like an arena announcer. I'm not like the voice of it.
No.
Pearson, that's Coach Dan Pearson doing his best over there to explain that wasn't a blatant push in the back.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what he's selling. Officials not buying it.
Yep, and making my mind wonder. And when Coach Pearson, that's another steal by Cartano. He has missed a few at the rim, hasn't he?
There's a few little chippies that he does miss.
Yep.
I feel like he maybe thinks there was some contact, and that's AJ Bassey then called. A couple of quick whistles here from the officials.
Yep.
Carl Pearson was the start of those whistles. There's going to be a sub coming in. It's Jazz Baines. He'll come in for Tolawese.
And here is that Rockets 3-guard lineup with Cartano slide into the 4. He's also got the Haggith defensive role. Pak Chingombe. I'm going to get that right. Chingombe comes in at the 1 immediately.
Against Bassey. And again, it's another difficult call.
Yeah. And
Bassey saying he's okay to continue. I think because of 2 quick ones, that'll be his second.
Yeah. And that is the beauty, though, isn't it? You look coming off the bench, he's probably one of the best defenders on the perimeter in and guard rebounders in the league, Mark. You know, that's the strength of it. And Bassey's obviously frustrated as well. You've got 2 backcourt fouls, which don't really influence the game much. I don't think we want to be seeing that. We want to see players staying on the floor.
Absolutely. Lamin.
Yeah,
Willen into Langton, and this is Chingombe against Pinnock. As you say, good defender, good guard, rebounder, and great defence by Pinnock.
Absolutely. And just as we called it up, and I'm not sure enough players give credit to themselves for what they give. That's as good as stopping a 3 or stopping a 2 right there. You know, and there's lots of adages about that coaches say, you know, if your guy averages 15, you can keep him to 5. You're already plus 10 on your own offense. I just think there's not enough people talking about it, and especially with that kind of that
Leicester back to zone. Baines with a good look at this one, and he's a guy you don't want to give a good look to.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's going to get it done right now, but I think we're going to want to see...
Great steal from Pinnock.
Yeah.
Champion just can't find him quickly enough, and Jazz is wide open in this corner. He's had a long time to look at it.
Yeah, he just wants another.
And he's just going to go all string from Jazz Baines, and the Rockets have opened this one up to 19 as 34 plays 15. Reverse of the scoreboard as you see it on the screen. Rockets lead this one by 19 with 8:08 to go in the second.
Yeah, and as you see the film, the guys getting together, Chester Donnelly, I think you must be young Chester, because... Where is this? Looks better than the usual venue for Reading. This is actually
our usual venue
for 24 years.
Yes,
25
we've
years,
been here for a while
since man and boy.
Yeah, I played here at 14. I'm now 36. That'll give you an idea of how long we've been here.
Yeah,
and Matt was playing for about 5 years there before me.
Yeah,
so
if not more, yeah. So, Chester, this is at the Rivermead Leisure Centre in Reading. There's actually another Rivermead being built right next door to this one. So, yeah, this is Rivermead, and we have been here for quite some time. But, yeah, certainly it's a little bit more room here than when we're perched over the balcony at Germany.
Yes, more room, more spectators. Glad you noticed and are enjoying the stream with us today.
Yeah.
Thanks to everybody watching. There's only 63 of us. I think we need
82.
Oh, am I a bit behind?
You're a bit behind.
Wee bit behind me.
Yep.
So with 82, we've got to double that really. Let's get that going. There's plenty of highlights going down in this game.
Yep.
There's been dunks both sides, threes both sides. So let's definitely get the numbers up.
Yeah, and as I was going to say, there's been some terrific performances in this venue over the years. And Coach Titmus said, where's EJ Harrison, who had won a championship.
And it's run and jump from Rockets. Sorry to cut you off, Matt.
Yeah, that's right.
Another turnover, and the guards are getting it done.
Yeah. And Rockets have scored 34 early on in the second, and Mishak, who's normally pacing and scoring,
Jazz.
Oh, not another one. Oh, dear.
Goes step back this time. This one in and out.
Yeah.
Pearson controls for Leicester. He's guarded by Pinnock. Just a little hesitation. Gets himself inside. A lot of contact on Lou Farrell, and Pearson will go to the line for two.
Yeah, Coach Thornmark just says, loving the way the ball's moving from Rockets, they must not take the gas off. And I assume he's not referring to the gas hob at home.
Why do you do it? Why do you do it? Just skip over it. Just skip over it.
I couldn't resist it. Look at that. That's a big person to run into, isn't it?
Yeah.
Pearson.
Lou Farrell, all of 6'8", all of 200 plus.
Generous.
And I'm being very generous on the lean side.
Yeah. But Pearson has been around this league for many years, has played against some of the division's best. And I'll give you a few notes of some players that have actually played here. And looking across the court from where we are is 16-year-old Isaac Round, ready to come in. Pinnock goes.
Great move.
Yeah, I mean, much better to see Rockets attacking the bucket. They're going to see a lot of zone, I think, in certain times of games, and they're going to have to beat these zones without just relying on the perimeter shooting. Good coverage on defense. Yeah, KV.
That's Pollock inside.
Oh, he's still got it.
Still got it. I thought it was out of bounds. Pollock still.
Yeah. 3 seconds.
Going to call a travel.
Yeah, I mean, the referee was just taking a pick of which infringement. Oh, here we go. Richard Taylor, Derby fan here. Always enjoy your great coverage. Great to see you back at Rivermead. Hopefully we'll be down there later this season. Richard, we are going to talk about that nearly win last night. I was privileged enough to watch it on your YouTube channel. So well done to Derby. What a great feed that was as well. And I think Solent showed what championship teams do. And they just dragged it out of somewhere. So, yeah, great performance. Very strong lineup.
Nice inside to Pinnock running the baseline. It's Jacob Round for his first three.
Isaac Round.
Isaac.
If it was Jacob, he'd be
getting the wrong.
from a long
There's
way
too
away.
many of them.
Yeah.
Isaac, excuse me for the first one.
Yeah, and Isaac Round keeps up his stat line of shooting a three within 2 seconds.
Yeah, I love it. It's literally like watching some of my early career, where I knew my minutes might not be plentiful, so I was going to make them work.
Yeah, and I would say any of the younger players that are watching, what a finish by Lamin.
Finish by
that's a
Lamin
finish.
Willen with under 10 on the shot clock. Pinnock rescues the loose ball from Tolawase, and now it's Dixon, Pinnock, Tolawase, KV Live, and Isaac Round.
Yeah, good move by Pinnock. Good move, by Dixon, just to find the inside. KV,
nice spot.
Move. Yeah, great reversal. 7 seconds. And I was going to say, Pinnock was going to make that as well.
Fouls on 11.
I really wanted to clap that then. because I think that's possibly the best ball movement and short little punch dribble that you saw by Dixon, just to beat one guy and then find the next one. Really, really nice offence.
A lot of it created by the lift from Isaac Round, actually. He was in the corner, then lifted well, and we see that unbelievable finish from Lamin Willen inside.
Yep, we're down to...
This is Pinnock and Dixon. Dixon's had 2 good looks, gives it up to Pinnock, who made his last one. Good to see him shoot it. KV Live skies in, that's Theo Riley on the board. He'll find Pearson. It's Leicester out and running here.
Yep.
Pearson and Tolawase goes to the crossover. Nice move from Carl Pearson inside, but Tolawase grabs the board and Rockets are out and running. It's Dixon. Back to Tolawase, who goes and one, and it's just rolled off the front of the rim there.
Yeah.
I do like Rockets in transitions there. It's tough for Leicester. They arrived late. Some of the bigs aren't the most mobile.
Yeah.
Rockets definitely have an advantage in transition.
Yeah, I would still say that Rockets defensively in the one-on-ones, that's going to be their real challenge this year, keeping the guys in front of them as Sam T goes to the line for a pair, normally a very, very good free throw shooter. Thank you.
You often don't have commentators, Curse, like I do.
I don't believe in it.
So I don't say it anymore.
Go Binder Bassi says, go Rockets, go.
Indeed.
Yep. I'm assuming an AJ support as well is very, very well liked here at the Rockets. And Sam T splashes 2 in a row.
Rockets lead 38-19. It's Willen on the move.
It's a great matchup, Mark, isn't it?
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of good ones as he is pressured into rolling that off Carl Pearson's leg.
Yeah. And I was going to say as well, there's been a number of you when you're watching the game and watching it back again, especially the younger players or younger coaches, watch the intensity of Pinnock and Tolawase in one-on-one defensive situations. It's certainly something as we see Haggith coming back in.
Chingombe also back in.
Yep.
Leicester stay with the 2-3 zone, which Reading have found solutions to so far.
Yeah.
Chingombe got a bit more pressure out of it, extending it just a little bit.
Yeah, just been
dropped off Tolawase with a high post pop. Good catch by Pinnock.
Tolawase with the Gary Owen.
Pinnock just good footwork, flips up the right hander, doesn't get to go, gets a good rebound as you say.
Yeah.
And Round will have a look at that one.
Yeah.
This one in and out, and KV skies in for the tip.
I thought that was Ronnie.
Oh, the young man. He could have turned it over and given it a go.
Yeah, Evan Milligan says, yep, Meshach gang. And I should think Meshach will probably be appreciating, and guess what? Oh, that's rare.
You don't expect them to miss, do you?
No.
Dixon goes by Pearson. He's got KV with him, who does well, the young man, to just hold the handle. Pinnock with good patience. Like to see that from Reese. Just flatten the defence and then gives Dixon a good look. Skips to Round, who then goes nicely inside. Tolawase with the right hand can't get it to go.
Should have dunked it.
Should have just dunked it again.
Yeah.
You and I never really had that in our locker to just dunk it.
That wasn't an option.
This is Pearson.
Yeah, good matchup here.
Against Round, and shows the young man the jab, and this is Riley's long. And it's Dixon off and running, finds the streaking Pinnock, who goes Euro step for the finish. It's beautiful from Reese Pinnock.
And these games, if you're Leicester Warriors, if you're playing, and I've been on the back of these, you don't want to see Reese Pinnock coming at you. Like, it's the last thing you want is that kind of full pace offense when you're feeling as if you've just missed another shot.
Pearson this time has a bit of room from Round and shows the youngster that you don't give him that much room as he cans a 3.
And I'm pretty sure Isaac just said to him, oh, good shot.
Pinnock tries to go by Chingombe, and that's going to be an intentional foul. Again, it's just stopping the break. That's quite an easy call as he wrapped him up round the waist. And Pinnock, probably with his first slight bad decision here, as the Tolawase, you can just see him just reaching out and lunging for the reach, and that's
great replay, isn't it? Great replay.
Yeah, good catch from the camera team, and very easy one to call for the officials. But Reese, the only time just tries to go past Chingombe early in the offense, and Pack good defender, so it doesn't get by, and we turn it over. But Reese very, very good this first half so far, Matt.
Yeah, and I think when you get your defence sorted out. I mean, remember that 16 points, I think, was the first quarter. Warriors have now only managed 6 points in 6.5 minutes. So it allows the Rockets' defence to really kind of take a step up. We've probably seen more steals, more tip-aways than we have in a number of games. So the pressure's really on Warriors every time to find a solution.
The foul was on, I think it was on Pearson, wasn't it? But with those fouls, anyone could shoot
it.
It
on
was on Haggith?
Yeah. I mean, we've had 5 replays, Mark, but you...
I was actually checking on my children behind me to find out they weren't tearing down the Rivermead Leisure Complex.
I reckon your children even knew who that foul was on.
They could have done. Pearson and Pinnock, again, good matchup. It's swapped the matchup with Isaac Round, which is probably a good shout by Dan Pearson. And this is Langton, again, who gets to the middle quite easily. Finds Pearson, who made one from there last time out. He chucks this one up.
Yep.
Gets some rim at the end of the shot clock, but nothing doing. It's Bassey going the other way. Finds Pinnock on the wing. This is back to Bassey, and Leicester settle in their 2-3 zone that they'll try to extend. Nice high post find with Lou Farl, who just easily cans the 12-footer from the elbow.
Yep, and Meshach's shown that, hasn't he? And I think against zone, Coach Pearson can use him up at that elbow as well, bring out some of the bigger guys.
Round back on Pearson. This is Theo Riley against Pinnock. Langton steps out for 3. Nice challenge from Isaac Round on the switch, and Pinnock clears. As Matt said earlier, good defensive rebounder for a guard, and he'll try to flatten the offense. Finds a Getway inside, needs to find a hook, and doesn't get it to go, but he is fouled.
Yeah, he also went round the houses, I think is the expression there.
I feel like this
so
would be...
the route from London to Reading, quickest is the M4. He went M40.
Yeah, he went via Uxbridge. Going back on geography that nobody knows except for us round here.
Yeah, exactly. But that is.
But you did say about Ronnie. You know, he's a bit of a he's still a work in progress, and he's a couple of moves short of being very effective. But even that, you know, it shows his progression. Bit of patience, keeps it on the dribble, finds a shot that he likes. Although I believe if it was you coaching me as a youngster, you'd have been saying straight up, like that.
Yeah, I probably would have done. To be honest,
I think so.
And I think
Did you like my impression of you, by the way?
It was awful. If I ever sounded like that. But I think the thing for Ronnie and from Coach Keane last year as well, and then, you know, Coach Pearson this year.
Bassey made one from there in the first half, doesn't get that one to go.
And Reese gets bullied by Meshach.
Meshach now dominating his own players. Cartano tries to stop the drive, and it's Theo Riley who skies in for the two-hander off the rim.
And that pass there, that's the young man pass. That's the young man where you're just watching your offensive player rather than anything else. And it's interesting. It's a great replay there, and Jade caught that one as well perfectly.
Theo Riley's second big dunk of the half for Leicester, and now he's matched up with Meshach Lufal for his troubles. Cartano behind the back will get a little spot inside, and that's really nice from the man out of Hawaii.
Bosky, I'm going to forgive me for the name, but Bosky Labau says the M4 is closed this weekend.
It's true.
Join in the geographical jokes.
Love it. And it is actually closed also by my neck of the woods too. So
fantastic. 98 people are with us, Mark, and I know you're just going to say, "Oh, let's have 3." Let's just talk a little bit about Ronnie as he gets a bit more court time. And I think the thing is, well, Ronnie 6 months ago was a similar athlete, but was less aware, and now you can see his progression in EABL, getting the ball a lot. Coach Pearson working him on a lot of offensive stuff. Terrific student, by the way, in school. Terrific. Will be an A grade student as well. So opens up the doors for lots of other opportunities further down the line.
Absolutely does. I think strong academic institutions, either Spain, in Europe or the US, really suit some of the players in this country. As Bassey trickery just gets himself to walk to the rim as he keeps the ball on a string going left.
Yeah, and people are asking me about some of the differences in our teams, this year and last year, and I think the sort of quality of those moves kind of says it. Ronnie,
Good
great
challenge.
Yeah, much better in absolutely the right place as well. And that's Coach Pearson was clapping that, and I think he's clapping Ronnie's maturity of where to be. He just left his guy. You can see it. It's a great replay. Leaves his guy, comes in and challenges Pearson, who flips it up. Ronnie stays in his cylinder, grabs the rebound, and Pearson wraps him all up. Foul called. Pearson says, "Come on, are you sure?" I think he said in French, "Moi."
You go back to that. That if you're in trouble with officials, you speak French.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
that's all very well unless they speak French.
Very true.
Yeah.
And this is a Getquay at the line for the first time this evening. Rockets leading 48-27. Now make that 49-27 as a Getquay makes the first.
It's a Getquay at the line for the second time, was what Mark actually meant to say there.
Is
he
it?
missed his first pair
Fair enough.
about 10 seconds before. And he's just overcooked that one as well. And Mishak just snatches it in with massive hands. And a Getquay just gets run by, and guess what?
And that one barely touched the net.
Yeah, absolutely.
Haggith makes another three. This is Baines. He's joined with Bassi, Lufal, Cartano and a Getquay. Leicester back into man. They'll go high pick and roll. Baines finds a Getquay. Finds Mishak Lufal down low. Has the size advantage as he bulldozes two other players. And Ronnie tries to save it on the baseline, but that one is out of bounds and it will go to the Leicester Warriors.
I'm going to say as well, and go with me on this one.
That terrifies me, but yeah.
I'm going to say that Mishak will be the most fouled but not called player in the division this year.
It's what I like.
How about that?
What I like about what you've done is you've made it so subjective that you literally can't be wrong. Because all you have to do is go, yeah, see, I think he got fouled 100 times that day. And no one called it.
I think that the type... Ronnie was absolutely right at the top of the tree there. Down to 6 seconds in.
Good find again as Cartano just catches and lays it up.
Yeah.
And this one will run out the clock.
Haggith loves the end of the quarter long bomb.
I mean, in all fairness, he's absolutely dead on most of the time.
Yeah, absolutely. Wait, well, it doesn't surprise you, does it?
It does not from any range. And this one wraps up the first half here. Back at the Rivermead Leisure Complex, it's 53-30. Had about 100 or so joining us on the live stream. Thank you so much for joining us. There's going to be about 15 minutes between now and when we come back.
About 15 minutes or exactly 15 minutes?
Exactly 15 minutes, but there is sometimes a bit of a leak after the clock goes off.
Yeah, okay.
I've gone subjective to try and keep that going. So, Matt, just give us your thoughts, and I'll pull up the leaders while you give us your thoughts on the first half.
Yeah, I think we're really pleased, aren't we, that you're getting a lot of people getting court time. You're getting lots of stuff happening in the arena. There's interviews going on. There's lots of activity, and the most important thing is that the quality of basketball on the floor is really, really good. So it's a really enjoyable 20 minutes at the Mead, and we'll have the next 20 minutes coming at you. And we could talk about Cartano, we could talk about, as you see, Isaac Round there pulling his first one, just missing the first one, and KV Live following it up.
And the man of the hour, Tyler Cartano, we are going to go courtside. He's with Todd Lindley, and we will hear what he has to say about his impressive first half performance.
Tyler, fantastic first half for you, 17 points, a load of rebounds, a load of assists. How do you keep on going to get this win?
I think we just keep playing the way we've been playing. We're really good in transition. Sometimes we get sped up in the past, but when we're playing fast and controlled, I think that's when we're at our best. We have a lot of good transition players, a lot of guys that can light it up. So keep getting out and running, obviously guarding. 30 points and a half. To be honest, we probably want to keep them to a little bit less than that in the second half, but not bad.
Thank you, Tyler. Back to you, Matt and Mark.
All right, Todd. Thank you.
That was our main man, Todd Lindley, on the sidelines with Tyler Cartano, who leads all scorers here at the Rivermead Leisure Complex with 17 points. Ellis Haggith has 12 for Leicester. Tyler also leading all rebounders with 7. AJ Bassey has 3 assists and a bunch of people with 1 block. So Matt, final thoughts before we head into half-time break ourselves. What have Leicester got to do to get back in it, and what do Rockets want to do to keep things going?
I think this is all about Rockets today, Mark, and I think Leicester have got a lot of quality guys on that bench that have been around, and I think they know that this is probably just in terms of the roster level, they're a little bit behind where they need to be, and I expect Carl Brown to change that over the next couple of weeks. He's well known for it, so let's keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on this Warriors team. I'm sure they're going to come out and Carl Brown will try something else. He'll probably have a bit of different defence. He'll certainly want to get the tempo up of the way they score and just try and get a little bit of rhythm in their legs. All the rhythm is with the Rockets at the moment, isn't it? Offense and defense. So expect to see that continuing as well.
Thanks for your thoughts, Matt. Everybody in live stream, come join us again. But while you're away, grab a friend, and we'll be back now in approximately 10 minutes. Welcome back. Rivermead Leisure Centre just getting ready here for the second half.
Mark's literally just sat down.
I've been in my seat for 1 second.
Seeing the green light.
And I'm on.
And the game starts. It's like
Listen,
the Queen has arrived. We can all carry on.
Hoopers are just ready to go, and I'm one of them.
Yeah, and we're just about to start the third quarter. Rockets with quite a hefty 23-point lead here. And Richard Taylor jumped in, Derby supporter, saying the depth in NBL 1 this season, Mark, is incredible. Newcastle just beat Worthing in Lynch quarter-final today. There are huge games every week. And let's pick up on that when we get a small break. But yeah, you're absolutely right, Richard. Thanks for your comment.
Actually beat them really handily too. Wasn't close.
Yeah.
Or the scoreline was, yes, it wasn't too close. And this is Leicester staying with their zone, and Rockets happy to skip round the perimeter. It's Mishak on the baseline. Now Bassi and Champion is 7 on the shot clock. Try to go inside to Tolawezi, 5 on the shot clock still.
Yeah.
Rockets need a look.
And I think that's got to touch Tolawezi or Cartano at that high post quicker.
Agreed. A lot of perimeter ball movement, not too much inside.
I might get the name wrong here. Isra. 2-1.
Mishak to the step back is off right, and they'll come up with it. And the battles between Cartano and his own teammate Tolawezi.
You don't mind those, do you? Coaches don't mind those ones.
Now we'll take that shot clock going back to 14. This Mishak on the baseline makes it from 13 feet.
Yeah, and that's a real pro big as well, isn't it? That's a real professional that's worked on that shot as well. And I think you'll see KV and Ronnie as younger bigs, their coaches getting them to step out just to make that 15-footer, especially against those 3-2 zones.
Yeah, Mishak coming in, obviously, they're always a bit of an unknown quantity in Ports, aren't they? And we were pleased with the way he looked in his film, and you can just see he's a real pro, isn't he? Does what he needs to, as Bassi pulls from range and doesn't get it to go, but Tolawezi has thrown one out the way, got his board and not managed to tuck that one away, and it's ahead to Chingombe, and it's just run off his hand out of bounds for Reading.
Sports psychologist Caitlin with the poor left-hand pass, if you don't mind me saying, Mark. Disappointing from that.
As I say, we're not all hoopers, mate. We're not all ready to go.
And the obligatory game stoppage for vests not being tucked in.
Oh man, I'm so pleased.
I thought I'd just wind you up.
No, you know me. I do not like to see untidiness. I don't like to see people entering the game when they're not told to come in.
Yeah, quite right.
Keep it clean, lads. Keep it clean. Tolawezi nearly got the step and just lost the handle, and he's kicked to Champion with 10 on the shot clock, and his Champion versus Chingombe just gets around the corner, and Lufar will go one extra to Bassi. They're going to run out of time here, Reading, and don't put something up on the rim, and just crowded out by the great defense of Leicester, and they're off and running.
Yeah.
And it's Champion who tries to take a charge, and
he does. Back at home, back at the Mead. Champion breaking up with the defence, and again, you see the Rockets players jumping up and celebrating that one, and I think we've seen a lot of that, and there's the replay, and from that angle, it definitely looked like a charge, Mark.
I think you were going to say the solidity of his body positioning.
Of his cylinder was
perfect.
Yes.
I think what we're actually mean is he was still moving.
Yeah, and I don't think Carl Brown agreed, and I can't say I blame him. Game on. Anyway, we move on.
Back the other way. This is Champion, and the zone of Leicester just extended is giving a little bit of trouble here to Reading early.
Yeah.
And it's Cartano who finds Mishak high
There
post and thought they were going. Tolawezi gets his hands on another but just can't pull it.
Yeah.
Cartano helps. Bassi thinks about it. Gives it up to Cartano. He can skip into the lane, put up the righty floater, and it's Tolawezi again with hands on it but can't get it to go. And Matt, they still haven't quite cracked this zone of Leicester, not getting great looks inside from it yet.
No, and I think it's kind of it's just put the sort of the anchors on, hasn't it? And that's Tolawezi with a right cross, just on the back of the Tyson Fury fight.
Yeah, a little thumb in the eye there, I think, from Tolawezi on Henry Langton.
Yeah. I like the way you called it, a little thumb in the eye as well. Like a thumb in the eye isn't always a big thumb in the eye when it happens.
Yes. Always very painful, those.
Yeah.
Stays with Leicester as Haggith on the inbound finds Pearson. Yeah. He's defended by Champion. Dials his own number anyway and gets nothing but string from Carl Pearson in the corner.
Yeah, and Pearson has been in these situations a lot of times, and the zone can sort of lull you to sleep.
Misha had a good look, kicks out to Champion for 3. He might get the roll, but doesn't. Willen pulls his own board, running inside, little odd footwork, but finds Pearson. Inside got the step, and it's Langton who flips up the right-hander, and it's Pearson with a little nudge in the back. He's called for another rebounding foul, which he looks delighted with.
On Mishak as well.
That's the same one.
Yeah, here you go. Here we go. Got good view of it. Oh no, Pearson kicks it out. Flips it up, and let's see now. Pearson just...
there's that. That is a wily elbow in the back.
You'd be proud of that, Mark, wouldn't you?
That's solid. If I ever pulled that off, I don't think I was ever veteran enough to do it. This is Baines, Champion, Bassi, Cartano. Good offensive lineup here, and it's just going for something different. It's going to be Cartano flashing high instead of Mishak flashing high for Tolawasi low. It probably makes a little bit more sense to have Tyler flashing high post and Mishak Lufal staying low.
Yeah, and I think you're going to find that will hit the time when that hits Cartano. You're going to find
wide open.
Yeah, I mean Mishak tonight looks really in the groove from that 12-foot out, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And I think this is the first time we've really seen that. He's made a couple of threes as well, but showing that he can step out. It's another problem. He's quietly gone onto double figures.
It's Cartano.
Bassi again with a touch, and another one. He's got it again.
And he's trying to pull that down as Cartano does find... it's Baines wide open, long look at it.
Absolutely looks as though he's not going to miss that, doesn't he?
Jazz Baines wide open for 3.
Yeah, and don't forget that comes from Bassi, doesn't it? AJ comes in, pokes it away. Cartano hungry for the ball to sniff it out. Rocket's not just content to... And there's another...
Good hands from Bassi again.
Good defence. Yeah.
Kieran Wright and Jazz Baines. Kieran Wright goes to the step back. It's off left, and Mishak Lufal will pull that in the hands of Champion. Goes ahead to Jazz Baines.
I think everyone thought that Jazz was going to shoot that.
Yeah, crossover and pull doesn't. Finds Bassi with the running right-hander, and there's another one for Reading as this lead has just extended again to 29.
Yeah, and I'm just on the comments as well, and it just said, is it Ira or Isra M? Let's go Warriors and high from Leicester. Yeah, high from Reading. You up there in Leicester, another.
It's right against Champion, and it's Cartano on the run out. Bassi trying to find him. There's not enough numbers. Jazz Baines shows the acceleration and goes finger roll, and that's enough for Carl Brown to call timeout as Reading lead this one 64-33. And Jazz, you can see the acceleration flying to the rim with the finger roll. Comes up a little bit gimpy afterwards.
Yep, I don't know what that means, Mark.
He looks injured.
Oh, right, okay. I don't think his body's used to going that far, that close to the basket.
Or at that speed.
Yeah. I mean, watching Jazz in training zone, I said to him recently, I just think the better physical condition that he's managed to get himself in. He said, when I went home and I was in Canada for a bit, that the gyms were open, I was able to run, I was able to just play, and it made such a significant difference.
It has.
To how he felt. Good shots here. Really good crowd of people coming on this beautiful Sunday afternoon as well.
Yeah, blessed with the weather.
In Reading, the weather is always shining on the M4.
We're not going there again, are we? And great crowd in tonight. Noisy crowd, which has been just great. And we are getting some wonderful shots from our media team. And we are, to say we're at a full strength roster of media.
Yeah.
That's the truth, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? I mean, we're in a world, aren't we, where social media and media is possibly the number one thing to get your message out. And we celebrate that, and we're still looking and putting together our all-female stream team as well to be on board with the ladies' games, as they've got a lot of Division 1 games. And we did say, didn't we? We just jumped back to yesterday about Derby for you, Richard, as well. Derby were within a whisker of a momentous win.
Yeah, a Cole Gentry and one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which he got fouled and banked from about 12 feet. It was intentional. It was an unbelievable shot.
Yeah, it was.
They were that close.
Yeah, I thought that you really saw the quality of Solent there. Here's Dixon in. He's already eaten 10 seconds of the shot clock before Warriors can get into their first pass of their offence. They're down to 6 seconds. They're going to go to the end of their shot clock. And Baines.
Great defence from Jazz, and the off-balance Willen can't put that in, and it's skipped ahead by Pinnock. Finds Dixon, finds Mishak down low. Should have an easy one here. He's made the 12-footers, couldn't get a go, and KV Live barrels his way in for the rebound and gets a 2.
And Mishak just shakes his head at the table as he goes by, going, how did I not put that one in? If we knew Mishak, we would help you.
Correct, why we're sat here not coaching.
Quite right.
This is Kieran Wright, finds Ellis Haggett. He pulls from 6 feet behind 3 and absolutely buries it.
Yeah. And I know, Mark, from your career, you will really love that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. He hasn't gone near the rim yet. I'm pleased with that. He stayed about 25 feet away. It's worked. Baines goes between the legs and finds Mishak, who nearly punches a ticket on the Leicester Warriors.
And Chairman Gary Johnson and Tim Lewis, champions, Grandad, is up.
That one got the fans out their seat.
Yeah, absolutely. And Mishak Lufal nearly meant Rivermead needed a new backboard.
He sure did. Good to see from the big man.
I think that's why my dad looked a little bit worried.
Yeah, that wasn't excitement from your dad, it was fear.
Yeah.
And Reece Pinnock for 3, and great to see Reece Pinnock getting one from distance.
Yeah, and important minutes for every player that, that like everyone's seen the floor and everyone's get themselves, a decent bit of clock. And these games are as important for senior guys who...
Pollock from deep.
Yeah. That's a fishing terminology, isn't it?
Yes. It's good, as you say, Matt, carrying your thought on a lot of guys being able to see minutes today as Reading have opened up a 36-point lead by the looks of things.
Yeah, and...
or 33, so excuse me, couldn't quite see the scoreboard from here.
Yeah. Jazz Baines goes out to a round of applause by Tim. Can you have a round of applause by yourself?
Sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
Okay, why not?
Leicester back to the 2-3 zone. It's Dixon. Isaac Round now back in the game.
And I think what you're seeing now, Rockets have a lot of weapons. So it's much harder to play zone against them all the time. Now, KV and... This is the 4-5 lineup where it's KV at 4 and Mishak at 5. And 2, 1. Dixon just short arms it. KV misses that rebound. Here comes
Theo Riley through Chingombe finds Pollock.
Yeah.
And Langton, they go with 2 bigs. Leicester trying to find Haggith on that far side. It's Theo Riley matched up on Isaac Round.
That's a tough one for Isaac Round. KV leaves his feet, gets away with it.
Gets him in the air, but KB recovers, and that one's short-armed and front-rimmed, and it's Pinnock looking ahead to Dixon. Has Isaac Round left.
Yeah,
goes
nice
to KV
move.
Instead, who turns down. I thought he might pull the trigger.
I know. Well, you want everyone to pull the trigger, don't you?
I'm a happy guy, yeah.
Good pass.
But great pass into KB down low. Doesn't get to finish, gets his own rebound, puts the next one up and just muscles it in.
And makes a much harder shot than the first 2.
But great persistence from the young man.
Yeah. And Dixon straight back onto the ball.
It's the real benefit of the Rockets guard lineup this year.
Yeah.
There's guys who take their matchups personal, and they good switching, but it leaves Haggith open, misses this one. Quick pull, and Pinnock, this is where he's good. In transition, flattens the defence out, finds Round, who was looking at it and won't get it to go, but KV Live on the follow just shovels it to Lufal, and they've got 13 back on the shot clock, Reading. Lufal in that mid-range game where he's been very, very good today, and he makes an 8-footer on the turnaround. Yeah,
and I think people are scouting this Rockets offensive team. They've got a bit of work to do now, and good. I'd say the same thing about a lot of teams in this division.
Langton finds Pollock short with the corner 3, and it's Pinnock again. He's probing and looking ahead, finds Mishak down low, and he'll get an easy 1-dribble layup, and the lead extends again to 39. Leicester stuck in the 30s here in the second half. Good defensive effort from Reading. guards really bringing the pressure, and Biggs finding it hard to get any good looks. And it's Pollock on the screen and roll with Chingombe, but it's nothing. And it goes the other way.
Oh, here's the drummers. Look, there's Sandra. View of the drummers. The famous Rockets drum team.
The drum line.
The drum line.
It's not quite like the films you might see.
Yeah, similar vibe. Similar outcome.
Similar outcome, yes. And it's round again. He gets a longer look at this one and makes it.
And I think that's a little bit of inner confidence as well that is great to see from Isaac.
He's got 0 for 3.
16 years old, you're playing Division 1 game. You know, this is... Your coverages are really hard as he's finding out like the quality of the offense that you've got to play against. As Pinnock is just discarded to the side. I was going to say Pack then, when Pack came off there, you just see that open three that comes out and Pinnock just gets leveraged.
Strong-armed, as we like.
Strong-armed, yeah. Pack Chingombe then just threw the ball in a turnover right to the opposite bench, and there's only one thing worse, it's throwing it to your bench.
Correct.
Throwing a turnover to your own bench. Nice out of bounds by Leicester.
Slazer's off left.
Yep.
And this will stay with Reading.
Pinnock. Good shot there of AJ. Pinnock just attacking Slazer.
Was slightly unhappy about... I didn't see what happened on the previous play, but there's a little bit of back and forth.
Yeah.
Thorny told me it was a clap back the other day.
Was
going,
that when claps at you?
Like, no, I think it's like if you go right back at someone. KV showing the range, and he makes it, and the young man is pleased with himself.
and Coach Pearson, I just shared a smile across the table there, where very often when young players take shots and make shots they don't always make, they become a little bit too excited. And he's been talking to the guys all the time, saying, "Hey, you make that? Why are you so excited? It's supposed to be normal. You don't see that from Bassi." And it
was a kick on the last play. That means we're on the baseline here. Not quite sure.
Yeah,
I didn't see it myself, but fairly adamant that it's a kick.
That's another thing I find interesting, that the word adamant is actually the 80s pop group Adam Ant.
Oh my goodness.
I've always thought that. I've never shared it with you.
I think there's a time and a place to share that, and it's probably not. It's probably not on our live stream.
Oh,
I'll be honest.
Okay.
5 second call. It's a great job by the Rockets on the defensive end.
Yeah.
Get a 5 second call as Ronnie nearly steps in bounds there, but referee was looking the other way anyway.
Last 10 seconds of the third quarter. 100 people. We get to the 100.
This is good. Pinnock 5 on the clock. Dials his own number and makes it. Reece Pinnock goes all string at the end of the third quarter, and Reading lead this one 84 to 36.
Yeah.
It's a 38-point ball game. Pinnock well behind the line, dials his own number, and Reece has got a couple from downtown, and it's great to see for him, who hasn't shot it well early in the year, but hopefully this will get him going.
Yep.
Matt, what's happening on the stream? Any more comments?
Yeah, well, Josh Thorne likes Reece Haggith because he shoots a load of threes, so nothing really as interesting as that. But I think it'd be good to hear from some people. Let's have some questions coming in. Just want to, around the world today is Mental Health Day as well, so a note on that one. There's a lot of people been through a lot of stuff the last 18 months, and maybe no more than Mr. Tyson Fury, who spoke a lot about mental health. So, the more we talk about it, the better things are for people. So a little nod to that one as we see Mishak showing off his mid-range, which is probably something that is not often talked about for him, and he's very aware of that. Something that he shows off, and you can see him working out. Very, very professional group of players in the Rockets outfit this year.
Yeah, we've said, haven't we? It's been really, you're sort of my inside guy for that, but it's the type of thing I like. And I think if you get a core group of guys, and I think you said, the Jazz Baines of the world, the AJs, the Mishaks, they like to work out, they like to get their shots up. It's something they do together. Like, they're not just to show up at practice a couple of times a week guys, they're everyday guys, right? and I think it's showing not only from a in the score column kind of way, but just the way the groups come together. I feel like it's come together really quickly this year.
Yeah, and I'm glad that you can see it as well, because I think it's one of the most important things that we're going to see starting the fourth quarter. Northampton, two Northampton players here. So Ash Kitchen and Isaac Round get the nod. Coach Pearson giving them some really important clock. So 4 academy guys. So this is basically EABL plus Dixon.
Who's very similar to an EABL.
Yeah.
I'm just completely joking. And I was only talking about his physique. It's Dixon and Chingombe.
He actually looks a lot better at the moment, doesn't he? I spoke to him and I said to him, that is...
Know the assignments.
Yeah, absolutely. And it'll be interesting to see if this group can still...
Gekwe goes to the crossover, interesting from the perimeter. I'm not sure that's his move, and it's a travel.
Yeah.
This is where you need the likes of Kitchen and Round. With this group now, they can't be the stand in the corner guys and let the 3 other others like Ronnie dribble from the top there, as he's called for the travel. Is that they can't be that in this lineup?
Yeah.
They have to be part of the core group, and they need to let KV and Ronnie do their stuff down low and in the high post, but they have to come and be willing to get the ball.
Yeah, really, really good point. Couple of questions on the stream as well. We'll try and get to those.
Pollock's off, and Kitchen needs to pull that one. There's a foul underneath, and I think it's on Dixon.
Yeah, and so Ben Lander says, why didn't Rockets re-sign O'Shea and Williams? Or why didn't Rockets resign O'Shea and Williams? Is another.
I always like a hyphen in between.
Yeah, there should be a hyphen,
and resign.
Because we didn't resign him. Anyway, so O'Shea's got a contract down. I think he's in Mexico, so forgive me, but pretty sure he got a really good contract down there. Wish him all the best. Electric scorer in the division, and only sad that not enough people saw him live, actually, because he was in that COVID year. Yeah, Ash Kitchen
against Carl Pearson, and this is Dixon out and running.
Yeah, I thought he was going to throw that to Ronnie then.
Gives it to KV. This is Round. They'll go screen and roll, the 2 juniors. This is Ronnie, who will need to reverse through, and it's Kitchen who thought about it. Gives it up to KB. Nice high-low from the 2 bigs.
Ronnie passes it to Leicester.
Good foul there from Round.
Good defence by Round on
that last one. I think Round slightly in a difficult position. Should have slid to the corner on that baseline drive from a Gekwe. It was a little bit too high. Corner would have been a better spot for him.
Yep. At the end of the game, we'll be talking about the player of the game, an impact player of the game as well.
We'll have to give our definition of player and impact player.
Yeah,
because
we will. Yeah.
We haven't done it for quite a while.
Yeah.
Because of seasons being called off and ended, and this is Pearson against Kitchen. He's off left, and KV will pull that one. Should have some numbers out and running. It's Round, who I like to see on the ball. He's very good, this young man.
Yeah.
KV reverses through Dixon. Kitchen in the corner, but looks them off. They'll go screen and roll here. Dixon will turn the corner and get himself inside. Challenged by Theo Riley, and he's going the other way with Leicester.
Luke H. 44 says, what happened to Leon Francis, please? Well, that's a foul. Leon's work situation changed, and still sadly recovering from a knee surgery. So Leon has moved on, as we see Ash Kitchen just give Pack a bit of a friendly tap. And
Haggett will get a look at this one, and that one's going up.
And I could tell you, if Coach Tippers was in the building, he would not be happy with anyone letting Haggith shoot an open 3.
Baines pick and roll with KV. Euro step from KV and goes for the left-hand layup, and he will shoot 2. Really good stuff from Kavuvu live.
Yeah, and he's going into about his 14th, 15th minute as well. As
we see, there's the drop-off from Baines. And to see that Euro step from a big man and trying the left-hand finish, I mean, this was part of our conversation as timeout's been called.
Yep.
Earlier about, in being excited about your game, playing with flair, playing with style. You know, KB's not the type to go Euro left-hand layup,
No.
but he's doing it. And
No.
for me, that is so crucial for young players to be doing those things and learning to play with excitement and play with flair and play with confidence.
Yeah.
But it only happens if you're kind of willing to do it. And we talked like, how do you nurture that feeling of flair and confidence? How do you do it? And I don't know where we got to, but we just sort of agreed it was a good point.
We just agree with each other. I think one of the things I would put in there is that you've got to be in the environment. You have to have the skills, and as soon as you're in that environment, you just resort to doing the things that you know you need to do. So it's really, really important for coaches to put players in those environments, but also you don't just throw them in. They're trained. They're at that stage where they've done enough training to know they can actually respond well. That's the beauty, and that's one of the things that you see in other countries that do a really good job of that, and we're certainly trying our hardest in England to create pathways where the players are exposed at the right time to the right level, right competition, and then they learn to make the best of it. And you see it here with 4 under-18s or under-19s playing in a Division 1 game, and they're having to do things. They have to, because that's what the environment calls for.
Absolutely. KB Live going to the line. Misses first. Just short on that one.
Interesting that Leicester have scored 20 points since about 6 minutes gone in the first.
Yeah, they've been stuck in these 30s for a really long time. I actually can't remember the ball going through the rim for them for a really long time.
Yeah.
This is a Gekwe who guards the point guard, Carl Pearson. Interesting matchups.
Yeah.
Baines on the switch with Kitchen here
and
now
you've
round guarding Theo Riley.
Yeah, which could be a tricky matchup. And,
Back cut from Haggith, and he'll get an easy 2.
Yeah, and when Ash watches this one, he's going to say, "Where's my guy?" And then that's turns your head, and then the veteran Haggith.
Again, this thing, Jazz at the 1. Round is 40 feet away from him.
Yeah.
Kitchen is another 30 feet away from him. There's got to be more here from the youngsters. As you say, they'll great time to watch this and see what they could have done at this level. And Isaac Round finds himself a little bit of room and buries the 3.
Yeah.
Great stuff from the 16-year-old.
Yeah, he's joined the AJ Bassey, Lewis champion, Reece Pinnock today, Jazz Baines. He's joined that brigade, hasn't he?
Absolutely, as Pak Chingombe goes through the middle. He's bodied on the way there. He'll go and shoot a pair as Willen and Langton ready to check in for Leicester. It's Riley going out. And Pollock.
Yeah, that's a great shot. That's Shaq, isn't it, on that baseline cam, that end?
Yeah, we haven't had a shot of Shaq today.
We haven't had a shot of Shaq.
Don't know if anyone can get him. He's managed to sort of hide himself perhaps behind our advertised board on the angle.
Our director seems to keep shots of the players rather than the cameramen.
Yeah, but we've got to try and share the love around, haven't we? There's
There we
Shaq.
go. Look at that.
Shaq's going to love it when we watch back.
And that second free throw went in, and that's Mark's fault for calling for that, for anyone that wanted to see that free throw.
Sorry, everybody.
Yeah.
This is Baines. Again, Kitchen has gone to that corner, and he's lifted this time, which is better. Great find inside for Ronnie. He'll skip to Round. He's going to get one more look at it. Long this time as Haggith was a foot closer and was able to challenge him on that one. Here's Pearson.
And Pearson will be wondering why he's got Ronnie hounding him everywhere. Pack shoots it up, and Ronnie's off and running. And
2-on-1 here. Isaac Round
nice finish.
The right hand and finishes really well.
Very mature finish, Mark.
Yeah, very
mature
much.
finish.
Keeps the ball away from the challenging Pak Chingombe and puts it in. This is Langton against KV. Good matchup. Gives him a bit of room this time, and Langton, who's very capable, just turns and knocks down the 14-footer.
I think it was 5 years ago or 4 years ago, Henry Langton was playing for Charnwood, and came in, was one heck of a player. Gave us all sorts of problems. Coach Pedro at the time managed his way through, and we managed to beat Charnwood in the national, I believe it was semi-final. But Henry was certainly a very, very talented young player. As we watch Isaac hold the ball out, Pat goes upstairs, and Isaac says, "I've been doing this in my garden since I was 3." Against Euro cup players, my brother, amongst others.
Langton steps out with Pearson, will go screen and roll, but Carl goes the other way this time, and it's off a knee and out of bounds.
Annoying. As a player, Carl, I feel sorry for that. That's so annoying. Someone slaps it out of your hands and you knee it out of bounds.
Yeah, one of those bony bits too that just flies out.
Yeah, Mark's biomechanical knowledge is not surpassed very often by commentators.
And bony bit is also biologically accurate.
Yeah.
Nice flip inside to KB. Might want to go the other way. Actually goes to the right hand, and Langton just helps down and knocks it from behind. It's 5 on the shot clock. Bit of awareness here. It's going to skip out, and Isaac should probably just touch that one. He doesn't. Tries to drop it off. It's Slazer and Willen.
And I think when you're 40 odd down, that's
great move inside by Round, and Ronnie with the follow doesn't get it to go.
Yeah,
and a little bit scrappy with this group at the minute, but to be expected.
I think, Marcus, those one-handed tips are very, very high skill and high touch level.
Yep.
So I think, in fairness for people like Ronnie, you've got to go with 2 hands on that one, and you've got to have really soft wrists.
Pack all the way through, and he's fouled by Round, who's annoyed that he lets him get back to his left hand.
Yeah, and those are the ones where you can see Isaac fighting hard. That puts us the 5th foul. And
just gets a step behind, doesn't he?
Absolutely. Great, though, isn't it, for Isaac and players of their age and experience to play against some wily, athletic veterans.
Coach Pearson, subdued, but happy, I would imagine, with where his team's at.
I think so. He's managed to get a lot of rest in his guys. No one over 20 minutes. Well, Meshach with 21, but
Pinnock and KB going to go handoff with Round.
Yeah, and Isaac likes that.
Nice find. Kitchen should be ready to shoot that one, but doesn't.
Yeah.
Chingombe just blows up the handoff with Ronnie Getquay. It's going to be jump ball. It stays with Reading.
Yep. And these are the films for Ronnie to study, to see what good defenders do, and they don't just accept the fact that you run ball screens. They don't accept anything. You can see right there. Great job from young Pack, as you quite rightly said, Mark. Just blew it up.
Oh, and there's Pinnock flying through where our cameras are, and
as he goes out the other side.
Hopefully everything is all okay with the stream. Our screen looks slightly different now.
We now have a view of everything.
There's a lot more technical stuff on our screen, Matt, which you and I are not ready to deal with.
Yeah.
And Luke H44 saying about Rivermead goes back a long way. Alfredo Ott versus EJ Harrison.
Wow.
You are going back, and it's just great match and classic Worthing Reading games taking place there. It really has been I don't want to say a mecca. That's the wrong thing, isn't it? But it really has been a real scene of UK basketball here in the South. And then, of course, nationally because of Reading's success in the National League and their rise through the divisions. So, yeah, it's great that people can remember it. There has been some absolute classics here.
Yeah, and I was just talking the other day, about when Luke, talking about when Luke Nelson came and hit a couple of game winners in here when he was 17 years old.
I was literally about to say it was against Leicester in a semi-final. No, sorry, in a quarter-final, and he shot it over Carl Pearson right here. Me and you were sat about here.
Yeah,
we weren't commentating at the time, but we were here.
Yeah, you're right. And I'm just glad now with the quality of filming and streams and everything that we can actually see a lot more of these games and some of those perhaps what we would call classic EBL 1 games from a while ago. You're going to see Ash Kitchen here, who's much, much longer than Carl Pearson. But Carl
needs
Pearson,
to come out of his stance a little bit, doesn't he? And get his feet moving. He's not going to slide with Carl Pearson.
Yeah, I mean, he needs to go the shortest route, like the M4 would be considered.
When it's not closed.
Yeah. Here's Drumline. Here we go. They're poised and ready. At any minute now, they'll leap into action.
Is that the biggest? I thought it was a lollipop at first. Then it's not a lollipop, but is that a champion?
That is
mini
Quincy.
champion.
There's Quincy.
Quincy.
Yeah, with Grandma
bashing the drum.
Yep.
Quintus is having a good time.
Yeah, just, had his first birthday last week, which Lewis was telling us all about. And then I'm showing you a picture of us coaching Lewis when he's 9 years old, and now Lewis has got a 1-year-old. You see Callum Harvey there in front of Lewis's family, ex-player from under 18s and under 16s. I think it may be even under 15s from a few years ago. When the players come in with beards and families,
Very strange, isn't it?
I told you the drum line.
The day you knew it.
They leapt into battle.
It's Pinnock with the 4 academy players. Going to go hand off Isaac round. Good intelligence, goes back door as the last handoff was blown up.
Yeah.
KB's going to get another look. Ash Kitchen with his first one. It's long and right.
Yep. And
Ronnie slows down the ball. Good work from Slazer on
there it is.
Baseline.
And I bet he just said under his breath, about time too. I think he's frustrated with himself there.
Pinnock's driving in, and this one just a wee bit scrappy for Reading, but they still lead by nearly 40.
Yeah. Well, 48-89 is 41 mark. But
oh yeah, you're right. My eyes are not good with these LED boards from this distance, and it's about, I don't know, 1/10 of the size that it normally is, so I'm sort of struggling a bit.
Oh, Ronnie's looking at the one-on-one. Look out! 8 seconds to go.
Ash finds KV's got good position, just gets himself inside, and one for KV live, and it's really interesting to see, isn't it? You know, KV and Ronnie who do get more minutes. You can see him with just wonderful position inside there, and just gets a good seal on Langton, and Slazer just has to help down, but you're not going to stop that guy on the roll very easily.
Yep, absolutely.
But you can see Ronnie and KV slightly more comfortable. They do get more minutes at the minute. You know, their position is a little bit thinner, so they're getting a bit more.
Yeah.
And it's good that Ash and Isaac get this time in here so they can become those sorts of contributors later in the year, where they come in and give us positive minutes towards the end of the season.
Well, you're going to end up with Ronnie, Isaac, KV. They're all going to end up at 20 minutes plus.
Yeah, great block from KV. Stays on his feet, just challenges. Spot. Slazer misses this one, and Pinnock will snatch that away from Ronnie Agekwe. Looking ahead, goes to the crossover, nearly gets inside. It's one that nearly comes off the knee again. KV on the baseline, puts it on the floor. He's going to fancy his chances inside again. And there's a foul. I believe he was shooting, and I say that with the question mark.
What he's done is absolutely the right thing, isn't it? He's walked straight to the free throw line.
Yeah, I was definitely shooting.
And then the referee's got to say, no, you weren't. So, yep.
And he has.
Look at that.
Oh, it's good. But I do agree. Walk straight there.
Yeah. But yeah, absolutely. We've got 3 minutes to go.
KV thinks about another one.
Absolutely. Isaac's thinking of another one.
Yeah, I like it. From Isaac round goes hesitation. There's a lot of contact.
Oh, he's going to shoot that one.
Slays it down, and Isaac can't get it to go. He needs to look up here. There's going to be a pass ahead.
Yeah.
But this is
good choices there by Isaac there.
Absolutely. Pearson gets himself inside, gets a paint touch, but comes back outside to Willen. Goes screen and roll with Langton, and Langton didn't really roll. Ronnie ahead. Gets to the switch of hands, and Pinnock tries to help him out by bailing him out with the rebound, and one that Ronnie might want to get back and just pull out and give to a guard.
I was wondering how you were going to phrase that. You've done very well.
No.
One that you'd like to have back.
It's been, I've been in the situation. I've been there.
Yeah.
2:43 to go. Rockets lead 92-48.
Yep. Great questions on the chat as well. And if there's any other teams that you want us to reminisce about that have been playing over the years, let us know.
Slazer goes baseline, finds Langton. Langton likes the look of that one.
Yep.
In and out. Thought he might get the roll, and it's just off the fingertips of Reece Pinnock.
Yeah, and we're nearly at the time where we'll be talking about impact player of the game and player of the game.
Let's go under 2. What do you think?
Yep, I agree with you. And if you want to throw any thoughts in the stream, feel free.
Well, let's talk now before we get there. You know, our player of the game is who we like to believe has who has been the best performer, the MVP type, if you like. And our impact is the guy who comes in and makes a difference. Might not be, big in minutes, but may have come off the bench and had 10 rebounds, or might have given significant minutes when someone was injured. So let us know your thoughts on those. As I say, impact player of the game and player of the game, 2 different categories. Let us know your thoughts. And this is Kitchen, downhill, hands off to Round. Nice ball movement to Agekwe. Pinnock against Chingombe. Goes to the crossover. Great defense from Pack. Ronnie inside. Should get a look at with the hook, and it's foul there from Kieran Wright.
You saw Ronnie just throw his head in the air, just frustrated, and he just wants that one more move, doesn't he? He just wants to...
It's one more dribble or one more turn or one more thing there that frees him up for an easy one, and not one where he has to go back to the line. Going the other way after free throws.
Yeah.
This is Kieran Wright and Ronnie Agekwe.
Yeah.
Fouled by Ronnie.
Yeah. And I think those ones are like the enthusiasm of youth takes you to a situation where you're 1:47 to go and you're just too close to someone when you're 30 feet out. So you've got to balance that coach telling you that I want you to be, on the ball.
Kieran Wright makes the first.
And balancing that with, not putting them on the line so easily, because they're important learning points as the games get closer. And if you want to play in close games, you've got to know time and score. And you've got to know team fouls, and you've got to know who not to foul. And Kieran Wright absolutely licked his lips at those 2.
Yep. And this is Pinnock. Lot of dribbling, and Kieran Wright just stays with him. And Pak Chingombe just comes in and takes that off, and here's Riley going the other way. Looks for the dunk, and he's challenged at the rim by Agekwe and KV Live. That was great to see.
Absolutely, and I'm just going to say, I hope we get to have a look at this again. Watch Ronnie go up, KV on it, and Ronnie forearms it out of bounds.
Big fan for the 2 academy guys there.
Yeah.
Meet me at the rim. They fancied it, and this is Riley on the fade, gets the nice roll.
Hometown roll. So we're under 2 minutes.
So I think, in the absence of any comments, nobody suggested any. So I guess it's going to have to be your opinion.
Yeah.
As Kitchen pulls from downtown and makes the 3.
Yes.
That should put all scorers on the board for Reading.
Yeah, and I think we'd probably have... I think we can say this game was pretty much done at half-time. And I think with Cartano's, 17, 18 points, 8 rebounds, a bunch of assists as well. Just the fact of how he put so much pressure on this Leicester team so early on. I think, him and Mishak contributed as well really well with a very, very capable 16 points.
Good second half too, Mishak.
Yeah, really good. I just think that, Cartano deserves a nod on that player of the game. Don't know what your thoughts are on that, Mark.
I think it's a really good choice. Really was responsible for opening up the game as the man who just hit the last 3.
Yeah.
Ash Kitchen is, I think, called for a foul going the other way. Not quite sure what the call was there as I was looking through stats.
Yeah.
But no, Tyler Cartano, player of the game. Very, very good choice. And I think at the next break then, Matt, let's have your thoughts, possibly a couple of entries for the impact player of the game. I've got one in my head, and I think you've got one in yours, so let's...
Yeah, but Julie Grant's jumped on the stream and said Isaac for impact.
That was my thought.
Homegrown, yeah.
But that was my thought. I think Isaac's also been very good, played more minutes than normal here and been really good as Kitchen goes along the baseline and finds Round. And right on cue, he's going to nail a 3. Oh, he's nearly done it. And Ash Kitchen puts it in. Ronnie Agekwe with the follow, goes for the dunk and puts it up and in. These kids love it, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Luke's just Reece player of the game, isn't it? Yeah, good shout, Luke. I think Reece has definitely come in and contributed in the right way. But we're going to go for a younger gun as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, non-stop energy. You're absolutely right. And as he slaps 5 with Pack at the end of the game. And I think we went between KV Live and Isaac Brown for impact of the game, and I think as it is his first game and the way that he came in early, I think we will go with Isaac Brown for today for that, and I think KV Live would be very proud of his production with 12 points and 9 rebounds. But I think it's a little bit harder to come in and make an impact on the perimeter. I think Isaac did a really good job there, and it'd be a privilege for us to name Isaac Brown as the impact player of the game.
Great choices there, Matt, as we see the Reading players thanking the Rivermead faithful.
Yeah.
And it's been a really good, just been a great feeling to get back in Rivermead, hasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And looking over here, seeing lots of players and your children running around, and mine somewhere as well. But yeah, absolutely. And seeing the sportsmanship, there's a lot of smiles, a lot of people very happy.
My kid's happy because the game's just finished. They're like, has it finished? Yes.
Yeah, brilliant.
They've been staring at the back of my head for most of the
different motivation, right?
Yeah, but they're happy nonetheless. I'm sure they want to get back out on the court and play.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's been absolutely great here today. Leicester, it's a tough travel on a Sunday, isn't it? You've got to come down from the Midlands for a 5 o'clock tip, as we're seeing. Just some great shots of the game, and good segue to seeing some of the highlights. Our media team have just done such a phenomenal job today, and like I said, it's full roster for us today. 2 baseline cameras, a roaming camera, 2 main cameras. It's been really, and I was chatting to. Yeah, you're allowed to go on the pitch. Go on,
right. or the court.
Yeah, but he says pitch.
Yeah.
So yes, it's been really good for us today, where Desi Reels came down and we had a nice conversation about it, saying like there's a lot goes into this, isn't there? It's not just I think he sees and hopefully appreciates kind of where we've got to. So big shout out to the media team, and not just the people on cameras, but there's people on socials, and as you can see them on the screen. You can see them named now. They've even got names, and some of them you've seen faces too.
Names, wow,
names and faces.
Yeah,
so we've done a good job today of getting great shots, and just been a wonderful game as the kids are all out on the floor now having a good time. So this one ends big win for Reading.
Yep, and big shout out as well to DJ Dan Bell and all the other guys that go into making this amazing behind the scenes. All the merchandise has been sold, all the chocolate and the drinks have gone, and what a really great environment for us to be in, and really enjoyable for all of us to spend some time back together and shaking a lot of hands, and a lot of people coming out of a period of difficult times for them, and reflection for some on World Mental Health Day as well. And it goes remiss for us to say that we're very blessed to have sport, we're very blessed to have things together, and we have really enjoyed our time here. And come down and come and join us at the Mead when you can. You could probably even watch the game live, listen to it in your ears whilst being here live, if that's possible.
You could, and to have an extra person watching, I'm happy.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're counting the numbers everywhere. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for being engaged. Thanks for your comments. Just leaves me to say thank you to you, Matt. Another great afternoon. So thanks for joining me. And Rockets run out big winners here today at Rivermead, and we will catch you next time.